We've got Gaurang Shah, who's with Geojit BNP Paribas Financial Services, who joins us now on the show. Gaurang, to begin with, we've seen large FII inflows into the equity markets over the first week of January, over $800 million. Despite that, you see the market somewhere boxed in between a range. Where do you see it going over the next couple of weeks or so?
Well, our belief, George, is that it is prudent to have this consolidation, and the next up move will definitely be one which will be built on a very strong base. So it's prudent to see this consolidation. FIs have been putting money, and we believe that at least in the first half of this calendar year, they will continue to put in money. Remains to be seen as to what happens to the domestic institutions, because they have been by and large sellers. At least in the next week or a fortnight, we expect a range to be close to about 6,065, 6,045 on the high side, 5,960 to 5,880 is the lower end band. We have the earnings season unfolding, 11th of Jan with Infosys numbers. I guess a lot will be directional post those numbers and how we dissect them. And the credit policy, I guess, by the month end will definitely be one which will drive the markets, because we expect at least 25 bips cut on the repo. So we've been advising clients to buy the dips rather than sell the rallies.
So then, Gaurang, let's dissect those info numbers in greater detail. What are your expectations?
Well, Lavan, it's going to be, first of all, a disclosure on the top IT names, Infosys and TCS and Wipro. We have a hold on TCS and Infosys. Wipro, we have a buy on dips kind of a strategy. For those clients who are in profit and want to book out from a short to medium term, we've been advising it. And it's always dangerous to play Infosys just around the numbers. And this time around, we expect a very flattish kind of numbers coming in. Growth going forward will be a little bit conservative in terms of numbers that the management will give out. And if you go by the movement of the stock, well, has been stuck in a range, and I guess the next 1 or 2 quarters, Infosys particularly, we will be in this kind of a range. So we don't expect either a huge sell-off or a runaway kind of move on the stock, just around the numbers date or as and when the numbers unfold.
Yeah, but Gaurang, broadly, how are you seeing the Q3 earnings season play out?
Well, if there is an indication to go by on the last 2 quarters that are gone by, George, we believe that the worst is over and we should be seeing a little bit of bottoming out and a better shade than what we've seen in the last quarter as we unfold this earnings season. Expect banking, autos, selective metals, pharma, FMCG to do better. Other commodity play like cement, I think that's one particular sector that's been outperforming, and that performance will continue with the kind of pricing power that some of these cement companies have got, especially in the west and the northern part of India, and selectively northeast part of India. So, and of course on the aviation, real estate, infra, we are a little bit underweight. Power, I guess, could be a little bit of concern because certain capacities are already in place, but the few linkages are missing. So that's where you'll see a little bit of drag coming in. But overall, I think we are quite optimistic that this earnings season will be at least a shade better.
Gaurang, just bringing it back to you, we're seeing the stocks of all OMCs are running up, and this is for the second day that we're seeing the run up. But how likely to your mind is it that the government will actually move ahead with diesel price hikes?
Well, firstly, I think what we are not looking at, George, is that crude oil prices in the international commodity markets again starts to boil upwards. Secondly, if the rupee has to depreciate against the dollar, then I think all this minuscule 1 rupee per month spread over the next 10 to 12 months increase on diesel price hike gets wiped away. Firstly, and of course as a disclosure, out of all the 3 oil marketing companies, there is only one that we like, which is BPCL. But that particular stock also, I think, is up about 4.5% as we speak. So one can use, dips to buy into it. How will the government will be successful to transfer these price hike? I think that one will have to just wait and watch, because it's something that will lead to inflationary pressure also as the prices go on increasing. And that's what the government doesn't want. In case if the RBI has to cut rates, I think food inflation will definitely have to play at a lower level. So we are not too optimistic on this 10 rupee hike over a period of time by the government on diesel. But yes, on the fundamental side, if there is one stock that we like in the entire oil marketing space, is BPCL.
At 1591, do you think that the valuations of a Maruti Suzuki are good? And Gaurang, would you look to nibble into this counter?
Well, Avan, definitely, and just I think about Thursday or Friday last week, we upgraded Maruti to one notch above than where it was for us. Our preferred choices were M&M, Tata Motors and Maruti. M&M still remains the preferred choice at number 1. We brought down Tata Motors to number 3. We've increased Maruti to number 2 level. And we have set aside a target of about 15 to 20% upside from here over the next 10 to 12 months. And my belief is that launches of newer models, I think that's going to drive the growth for Maruti. And there is always an appetite in the domestic market or overseas market for new models to come in. So if you place your models at a right price and at the right category, then I think that stagnant growth that we are talking about, or the management was talking about over the next couple of months of about 4 or 5% month on month, could be looking at least double digits. So yes, definitely M&M, Maruti and Tata Motors, that's the preferred choice.
Right, Gaurang, we're also seeing a lot of activity in the mid-cap space. So within, mid-caps, which would your top picks be?
Well, recently we upgraded IndusInd Bank from a target of 445 to 465. LIC Housing Finance, we are looking at a target of about 335. Titan Industries, we are looking at about 330 to 340 odd levels. Since we are speaking about oil marketing and there is a lot of news on oil marketing, exploration, gas business, Petronet LNG is the one from, I think, current levels of 165, 166. Primarily, from an immediate short to medium term, we are looking at a target of 185. And if things fall place, then definitely we'll revise it upwards. Care India is the other one. The stock has been budging over the last 2 or 3 trading days. We expect a target of 385 on Care India.
Gaurang, pleasure as always to have you with us and walking us through your fundamental view on the market. Thanks for joining in.